With Lent beginning this week, author George Weigel is in Rome promoting his book Roman Pilgrimage, The Station Churches. Our Rome correspondent Alan Holdren caught up with Weigel today.
George, you're here presenting a new book on the Station Church pilgrimage. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Station Churches are?
Roman Pilgrimage, the Station Churches, Alan, tells the story of the revival of an ancient Lenten tradition here in Rome, which is a pilgrimage day by day, beginning Ash Wednesday and ending on the octave of Easter, to a specific church each day for daily Mass during Lent. This tradition began in the 4th century of Christian history, fell into disrepair in the first centuries of the second millennium, and has now been revived by the North American College here in Rome, such that for the next 6.5 weeks, beginning tomorrow morning, some 300, 400, 500 English speakers throughout the city will go to each one of this fixed schedule of churches for the next month and a half, recreating an experience that began in the 4th century.
And I assume you're going to be there tomorrow morning.
I am going to be there tomorrow morning at Santa Sabina with my son Stephen, who was the photographer on the project.
Mm-hmm. And if we were to just look at one particular church, and we looked at the Church of Saints Cosmas and Damian, what can you say about that particular church that stands out?
Saints Cosmas and Damian is an interesting church both architecturally and decoratively. It's near the Colosseum. It's built out from a building in the old Roman Forum that was given to the church in the 4th or 5th century. And it has one of the most startling apse mosaics in the city, indeed in the world. The first time I saw it 20-some years ago, I thought it was 20th century Art Deco. It's in fact 5th century, 6th century mosaic work. It's a great mosaic of Saints Cosmas and Damian with Saints Peter and Paul. It's one of the last examples of artistic naturalism in Rome for many, many centuries. It's the kind of place you only discover on the Station Church pilgrimage, because Cosmas and Damian is not on the beaten tourist track in Rome.
And after the Station Church pilgrimage is over, we have Easter, and then we have the Divine Mercy Sunday, which is the canonization of John Paul II. As his biographer, what's going to be going through your mind on April the 27th?
Obviously, a lot of memories of him. A canonization is the Church's official statement that this person lives in the presence of God. And I suspect I'll be thinking at some point during that day of the last line I wrote in the memorial piece on John Paul II for Newsweek back in 2005. I wrote then, "He is now where he has always wanted to be." This was a Christ-centered man who wanted to live in the presence of the Lord, in the presence of the Trinity, and that's what we'll be celebrating on Divine Mercy Sunday.
George Weigel with our Alan Holdren, and you can find George's book Roman Pilgrimage, The Station Churches, in the EWTN Religious Catalog.